Ciao, Ni Hao, Yasu, Bonjour, Guten Tag. My name is Lydia, and I'm your host of the Global Travel Junkie podcast, where we'll discover new luxury destinations and experiences together. So let's get started and meet today's guest. Hello, everyone. It's Lydia with the Global Travel Junkie podcast and YouTube channel. And today I'm excited to introduce you to our next featured guest. I'm sitting here with Armelle Mesguish. Hi, Armelle.
Hi, Lydia.
It's so great to have you.
Thank you.
So if any of y'all are looking online and you're not just listening, she has a yurt behind her and looks like in the snow. So she is with the Bel Air Tremblant, and she is working as the CEO of Levy Wellness Retreats. Did I say that right?
You said it perfectly.
Oh, thank you, I need to brush up on my French if I'm going to be interviewing about Canada and Quebec, right?
And I need to have a better accent if I'm continuing to live in the States as I do. I still have my French accent.
Yes. So you coordinate all the retreats out of Miami. You said you were in the Miami area right now, right?
Yes. It's
Okay.
a Miami-based company.
Okay, great. So guys, if you happen to have seen a previous episode of the Bel Air Tremblant in Quebec, this is an aspect of that resort. And I wanted to have Armelle on here and share really in depth about the wellness retreats that she's creating, not only for the Bel Air, but for their sister property in the Bahamas. So we're going to talk with her today about what are all the things that you can get done at the retreat. So before we start that, can we just have you introduce yourself? Maybe give us a little background, like where did you come from, and how you were got involved in what you're doing today. What led up to that?
Okay, so at the moment, I'm the CEO and one of the founder of Levy Wellness Retreat. It's a Miami-based company, and I didn't create it by myself. We are two partners, and my partner is Karen Letaif. Karen is a chef, a vegan chef, and she's also a health coach. And I will tell you a little bit later how we met and how we decided to create this company. But to talk a little bit about my background, I come from fashion, from retail mostly, and luxury space, where I had 20 years of experience. That was my background. So to make it short, I met my partner Karen because after COVID, and I've been traveling all my life for my work all over the world, and I'm a global traveler. I can say that too. I love traveling. And I didn't feel so good. And it was, during COVID, I was not traveling at that time. And my husband said, okay, I have a surprise for you. And you organize a wellness consultation with a health coach. It comes to be that it was Karen Letaif. And so I met her. I went on a detox program, 28 days of detox with her. Wow. I felt so good. And I feel so good since then. She changed my life completely. And, we had a special connection, but I was already, into this. I, studied wellness. I always thought that, we should see health and beauty holistically. And I was more in the beauty business, because when I worked in the retail, I had to talk a lot about beauty, in my job. But I always saw that beauty and health were connected. And with Karen, we she understood that I was into that I was willing to change something in my life. And she helped me, and she was my first step into this wellness environment. And we connected well. We started talking together a lot about this. The idea of retreats came to our mind. And I knew Eric. Eric is a friend, and he invited us to come to Bel Air Tremblant.
Oh,
So, yes, it came from that. We arrived in Bel Air and we fell in love with the space, with this resort is amazing. And it was the ideal place to start up the company, honestly, because not only the nature is amazing, but the facilities, it has everything that you can imagine to start a retreat there. The lodging, is luxurious. This is really something that is important now in selecting, the places for the retreat. And the people were so nice. So at the end of the trip, we knew, Karen and I, that that's what we wanted. And that was the place to start, a new project. At that time, it was a project. We came back to Miami. Karen, I forget to tell you, Karen is from Mexico. She's Mexican and I'm French. So you have a Mexican accent there, you have a French accent there. And so we came back to Miami and we started building the business. And for us, it was obvious that it will start in Bel Air, but it's also obvious for us that we wanted to make this company, C'est la Vie Wellness Retreat, a feeling good company. And if I may explain what we are, we want to be a wellness community unifier. And we are really a feeling good company. And we believe, and we do everything we can for our guests to feel good when they leave, these retreats.
Yeah. I know most of the wellness retreats kind of focus on like the holistic aspect, body, mind, and soul, right? Where they're like really working all those angles. And when you go to a beautiful nature-esque place like Bel Air Tremblant, you get that aspect of the spirit, the soul, just by being in nature, right?
It's true. So to go back to this, what you said, when you start a wellness company, you need to decide on which dimension of wellness you want to work for. And we decided to integrate 3 dimensions of wellness in our company. So the first one is the physical part. So for us, it's to have a healthy habit. It's about nutrition. Nutrition is very strong in our retreat. It's like one of the core of the retreat.
Yeah.
It's about exercise. It's about stress management. It's about sleep. So that's the first dimension of wellness that we have. The second one is mental. It's about engaging positively, into these healthy habits and to engage through the learnings. So the second core of a retreat is to learn. So we organize a lot of workshops and lectures, like nearly every day. The people can learn about something, and every moment with different coaches or with Karen and I, they learn about nutrition, exercise, emotions, and so on. And the third dimension that is very important also during a retreat, and is the reason why I selected this picture behind myself, is the social part. It's about engaging the people together, making sure that they connect, and they do not connect only with us or with the coaches during the retreat. They connect together because the people that come to a retreat, they come with the same intentions. And very rapidly, we create a very nice, kind of group of people that share this moment, that, have the feeling that they can speak, freely, about their experience and their challenges, their healing process, because some are coming, with chronic disease or just, they don't feel good, they don't sleep well. So they can share with the others because they feel confident that they're not going to be judged, that it's going to be, people will have a lot of empathy, and understand what they're living through.
Yeah, that community is such a key part, and relationships are so important to our wellness, right?
Yes.
Having relationships.
Yes. Yes.
And you're right. When you go through something like that together, it's so unique. It's such a unique experience. And so people want to find other people who can relate to what they've been through, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, that makes me want to ask a question just to understand better. So, are your retreats at specific like segments in time, and you actually enroll in a retreat and then you go there, or can like an individual just show up and then there's a retreat going on? Like, how does that work?
No, it does work as you said first. We have different retreats throughout the year, and people enroll into the program. So
Okay.
we have different topics. We have detox retreat. We have one coming in October in Mont-Tremblant that's going to be about weight loss. We have stress management. We have feeling good retreats. We do organize also one day or weekend retreats in Miami. So it's a shorter time, here because, we have a community here and wellness is becoming stronger. So there are different themes, in
Yeah.
retreats.
Good. So my personal interest is just to understand about the weight loss one that's coming up. Do you want to talk a little bit about what happens and what the experience is like? Have y'all done one in Bel Air yet?
We did in Bel Air already.
Okay.
Yeah,
How'd
if
it go?
you want me to explain how it goes, how
A
people are
little bit, yeah, like
reacting.
give the
Yeah.
listeners I mean, who doesn't enjoy losing weight? So, I mean, I think that's a pretty general, it's a general interest. So most people wouldn't, could have a 5 pounds or something they can lose. So let's talk about what that experience is like for someone to understand what your
Yes.
retreats are really like.
Okay. So people arrive in the retreat. Before arriving to the retreat, of course, they have a virtual, consultation with Karen as a health coach, because beforehand, when people register, they have to fill up forms, and so that we know better about themselves,
Right. To
their health,
customize
their,
it.
age, and so many information, allergies, and so on. So Karen is having a health consultation, because one thing that is so special about a retreat is it is personalized, even though you're part of a group, but everything is personalized for each individual. So from this health consultation, she knows better what kind of food she's going to adapt, what kind of supplements she can handle with, according, if it's possible or not, according to the person. And so people arrive, we know them already a little bit, through the consultation and the paperwork. And we explain the global retreat, the program, and they have their own personal program. So the program is, let's say, if we take the weight loss retreat, in the morning, you wake up, at 7:30, usually, you have your juices and you have a morning routine. So it's about lemon juice, it's about celery juice, it's about, supplements. Then you start your activity. You can have yoga, you have rebounding, you have body art classes, you have a hike, depending, because the program is full, but you never get bored. You have relaxed time, of course, but you have really a program. What makes us also special is that, as I said, you have a program, so everything is mapped out for you. You don't have to worry. Some retreats, you arrive, you have the menus. You know that at certain time you're going to go and have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but you have to select yourself your activities. In that case, activities are selected for each individual. Massages are selected, organized. So you just have to show up and be part of the group and relax. You don't have to be concerned of, I forget to book my massage, or I forget to go on the yoga class. It's very simple. Just follow your own.
You have a schedule. You just get handed the Lydia schedule.
You have your own schedule. And so we have group moments that are the classes sometimes, or the meals. And we have, as I said, some relaxed time. And at the end of each days, you have a workshop or a lecture. So a workshop can be a cooking workshop, or beauty workshop, or we have different workshops depending on the theme, and you have lectures. And lectures, it's about understanding the what should be your healthy choices, what should be
The
a healthy
learning
lifestyle,
component you talked
what
about.
yeah what is the good food and the bad food, what you should mix with or not. So it's a lot of recommendation and lots of learnings, because one thing that is very important for both of us is to feel empowered, empowered to make the right choice for you, to make the healthy choice, and what we are willing to to have at the end, it's make transformational change, transformational changes for the people. But we know that it's not going to be easy, that they have to commit. They have to commit during the retreat. They have to commit after the retreats. But it's very, what we could see, because we experience retreats also ourselves. When you go to a retreat, it's wonderful during the retreats, it's perfect. You come back home, and usually you come back to old habits. And we don't want this. We want to make
family.
Family. We want to make sure that people understand what they are doing, and that they leave not empty-handed, but full of information to start a new life and to start a new journey. So we gave them a lot of recommendation. They have, papers with morning routines, their own papers, their own recommendations, and they learned a lot, and they learned that they could ask questions, and some of the people ask questions all along the retreat. They are, they have a lot of questions, but we want to, want them to experience the retreat as a push start, to restore completely their physical and emotional well-being. This is what we're aiming for, to be a push start. And regarding weight loss, it's very interesting because, as you said, it's very difficult. It's a very difficult topic. I think most of the women, we went through it, at one point of our life, we need to lose weight. And it's really difficult to start. But if you have that much of information, and if the information is simplified for you, it makes it easy to go on. You have, and Karen is very good at this, making list of shopping carts for the people, especially when people go on programs of cleansing or consultation after the retreat, because some people want to continue after the retreat and can do that. She's very good at helping the people to continue and simplify their life, because this is about this, losing weight, during 6 days or 1 week or more. It's okay, if you're surrounded by people that help you to do it. But the most difficult part is doing it by yourself.
And I would say, just from personal experience, I mean, you can lose weight and, drop it when you restrict yourself or whatever. But the key is, how do you keep it off? How do you find the tools like what y'all are providing for that long-term shift? It's a mind shift change. And what I hear you saying is, at a retreat like yours, you get empowered, you learn why, you have understanding, like what you earlier, you and I were talking about rebounding. Some people don't even know about rebounding. They don't understand the power of the rebounder, and y'all educate people on things that are maybe not even things they've ever considered. And so they're going to find new things to do. And then when you find new behaviors, you have new experiences, right?
It's completely about this, yes. But one thing that is very interesting also in the nutrition part of a retreat and afterwards is that you don't have to restrict yourself. It's what I thought also when I was thinking about weight loss. But no, it's not about restricting yourself, looking at your calories. It's about eating the right food and eating what is natural, and mixing the things properly. It's not, if I'm hungry, I eat, it means that my body needs it. that I don't want to, to feel bad, to have headache, or to feel sleepy, because nutrition is our energy, and we want to continue our life. Otherwise, if I'm restricting myself, as you say, then I'm going to grab something in the fridge, or I'm going to take a piece of chocolate that is so bad for us, or I feel tired because I didn't have the right food and the right nutrition during the day, and I'm going to have a coffee that is so bad for us. So it's a matter of understanding what kind of food you can eat and not restrict yourself.
Absolutely. So while you were talking, I was thinking, you were talking about during the day, and that made me want to ask you, what happens at night? Like, say everybody has their dinner or whatever that y'all serve, and however you serve it, what happens at night? Is there anything that happens at night, or is that free time?
Yes, no. After the lecture, we have a dinner together, and after the dinner, we have. It depends on the day. We have either restorative yoga or a meditation class. Okay, so the idea is to calm down the nervous system so people go to sleep, easier. And after the class, they have an herbal tea, so we share a tea together, an herbal tea that also contributes to the fact that they will go to sleep, in peace, very calm. And usually people are so tired of their day that around 9:30 they are in their room and they are sleeping.
Yeah, and it is about rest. You know how, like, a lot of people don't realize how important your sleep is to your overall wellness. If your body doesn't have time to adjust and clean everything for the morning, right? Then
Exactly.
you need the rest. It's part of the formula.
Yes, and the meditation class helps a lot. Usually half of the people are falling asleep during the meditation because the day was full. But it means that also it's a good moment, and it's really a good moment of relaxing together. And we have different classes. We have a wonderful teacher of meditation that organized last time a meditation class with music. She was singing and doing the meditation class while singing and playing guitar, and it was really an amazing experience.
That sounds beautiful. Let me ask you, we talked a little bit about the yurt behind you, and that's a place to create community. It's like a space where everybody can have like intimacy, right? Intimacy in this small, am I right? That it creates a
I'm
sense
going to
of
explain to you this. I really wanted to have this picture because when we visited with Karen Bel Air, we visit all the premises, and it's really amazing to visit. At one point, somebody talked about the yurt, and we said, okay, let's go. Let's see what it is. And this yurt is in the mountains. It's in one part of the resort. It's completely surrounded by trees, in
nature.
a little far from the rest of the complex of the resort and the core of the resort. And we entered this Mongolian yurt, and we thought it's an amazing place. We need to organize something very special for our guests at one point, either party or lunch. So with Karen, we ended up, and the team, of Bel Air, because they are so supportive of our retreats. There are people that are amazing there. So we decided to organize, lunches. So it's a surprise, event. It's not going to be a surprise anymore because I'm telling it.
They won't know what day it is. How about that?
Yes, they don't know. And usually we go on a hike, and we finish the hike saying, okay, we're going to have lunch. And they see that we're going by different, trails, sorry. And we arrive in front of the yurt. So people are really surprised to find it in the middle of the woods. And they open the door, and everything is set up, and we have a wonderful, lunch together around the fire, depending on the weather. And last time we organized two things that were very special. We Karen had organized like little bowls of bread, and we we were cooking our bread, in the fire all together on a stick, like a kind of bowl of cheese and bread that was so good. And so we were cooking it, ourselves, on the fire in the
Yeah.
there. And we did organize also a cooking workshop, in the yard. And
Wow.
the fact that you are in these surroundings makes it like, so different, and the connection is even stronger. And, people discuss around a nice wood table, and it's make it like a parenthesis during the retreat, like, kind of a, you know, um, a place out of the rest, like a special moment, and a
Yeah.
special moment that people share. And you can see behind me, it was, I'm sorry, you don't see so well. You can see the people. Everybody
Yeah.
was so happy. Even the dog of Bel Air, her name is Belle. She was with us, and we had such a good time all together. And each time it's magic. Each time we organize, an event there, people remember. It's part of the remembrance of the retreat. Also, this lunch that is so delicious, cooked, for us, on the fire, and that we share, and we laugh together, and we come back walking back to the room or back to the resort. It's really an experience.
That is so wonderful. How far is the walk from, the retreat to the yurt? Do you know?
It's not far. Honestly, it's about 15 minutes
Oh,
walking.
okay.
No,
It's
it's
not
really
like a
part of the
major hike.
resort. No, no, no. It's part of the resort. But as I said, we go on a hike. And then on the way
Oh,
back from the hike, we meet at the yurt. So, but nobody can see it from the outside. It's really amazing.
yes, that is. And especially that looks like it's winter there at that time. So that's
Yes,
just amazing to be able to be in nature like that. I'm sure there's some wildlife around there, right?
yes, there is. There is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. All right. So, what have we not covered about Canada? Because I know we're going to talk a little bit about the Bahamas. So, what else should we discuss about the wellness retreats for
Mont-Tremblant.
Bella? Mm-hmm.
As I said earlier, and I said to you, what is amazing is the surroundings, the opportunities, because not only you have the activities that we organize for the guests, during the retreat, but they can also, if they have more energy or they want to stay longer at Bel Air, they can continue their stay. And there's so many opportunities of activities there. So the nature is beautiful. You feel among nature everywhere you are. Another thing that I want to add, and that we discuss with Karen each time, is that the people are so nice. People are really helpful, service oriented, and really nice people, happy to see you happy. Always a smile on the face, and that's really a hands-on, of Bel Air, I will say.
Yeah, we were. I had a thought about something I was talking to Eric about, and about the wellness. I do have a question. I'm just curious. Um, do the individuals get their own? eh, Are y'all in a? Are y'all using the domes for the lodging, or is it some other lodging at the a resort that they would stay at? Because I know Eric and I talked about the domes a lot.
Yes, we are using the chalets
Okay.
because for convenience, most of the time, because they are closer to the core of the resort where we have the meals and so on.
Okay.
So people don't have to walk, like 15 minutes or 10 minutes, to come for breakfast or to come for lunch or to come to the yoga class or the massage. But depending on the group, if the group is larger than a certain amount, we can start using the domes, but
Okay.
some are closer than others.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to have a visual because I know we talked about the domes. We didn't talk much. Eric and I didn't talk much about the chalet or like what other property that they had out there that was different than the domes, So I wanted to understand. And then what else? I had another thought that was a question. Let me see. Oh, I know. Okay, so I schedule with the retreat with
Yeah.
y'all, but then I want to
Mhm.
stay another week by myself. Is that possible? Would that be something y'all would coordinate, just the extension of the room, or would I have to do a separate um, booking?
You have to do a separate one, but we can help, because we also book, the chalet for guests and so on. So we can help and support them in this, or
Okay.
we can transfer, like, the information to Bel Air, and they can take care of it. They
Okay.
are, very responsive. They do it very well. And
Yeah. And how long is your retreat? Like the weight loss one, is it 7 days or what?
no, it's going to be 5 days.
5 days. Okay. So if someone wanted to stay on the weekend or come 2 days early or something, they can kind of tag it on the end of the retreat, right?
Yes, yeah. Usually it starts on the Sunday, they leave on the Thursday. And because, people are coming from all over. They're not coming, not only from the US, they're coming from Canada, they're coming from, uh,
Europe, probably. Yeah.
yeah. So depending. So some may arrive in the morning very early, some may leave very late at night. So usually it's the full days,
Yeah.
and they can extend, no problem on the weekends.
Is there like I'm just thinking logistics. Okay, so if someone flies into the, I guess, Quebec, whatever's closest, the international airport, and then is there transportation from the airport? Because he said it was about 80 kilometers, I think.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
so is there transportation, or do we have to coordinate that just to get to the Bel Air Tremblant?
Okay. People arrive in, most of them, arrive in from Mont-Tremblant Airport.
Okay.
No, excuse me, Montreal Airport, Trudeau,
Okay.
and they have 80 to 90 minutes to drive. We do not, take care of the transportation. People have
Right.
to do it by themselves,
Yeah.
but we can support them. And depending on the group, if a group of people are arriving from the same destination,
Yeah. Together.
together, we can, organize a group
Yeah,
booking
like a
for them.
van or something. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. That's good. I mean, one thing I'm thinking is, people, other coordinator, like say a yoga teacher, for instance, maybe that's all she does is teach yoga, but she wants to work with your company to have her yoga students all come. So you can block out, like, can you block out several spots? I mean, how many do y'all take at a time?
We take between 10 and 15 people.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, anybody who can get on the enrollment can go, right? I mean, it's up to 15 people is what I'm saying.
Yes, yes, yes. So
Okay.
people register, as we said earlier, they enroll in a retreat, and they have the classes,
Right. Right. And then Karen takes care of all the
the
upfront
nutrition.
coaching, yeah, the and the front
Yes,
side. Okay, I'm just trying to, people are listening to this on their podcast and they're jogging or whatever, and they're just probably their brains are probably asking questions
of
that I'm
course.
that I'm not
Practical
asking.
questions. Yes, of course. Very important.
And the best, tell them if they have questions, tell them what the best way to get in touch with you all for answers. How do they do that?
Yes, of course. We have an Instagram that we feed with a lot of information, not only about the retreats, but about wellness, about nutrition, about tips, about recipes, Karen's recipes, and so on. So it's becoming a tool of information, for our guests, or the followers. So the best way, to ask a question is to go to this Instagram. You'll find all the retreats information. So we post the retreats, and we give a lot of information. It's kind of a flyers online. People can email us through some of the registration, and we receive an email, and if they're asking for more information, we contact them, through emails, and if they want a phone call, we can call them back. So Instagram is let's say, Instagram is C'est la vie wellness retreat in one word. You're going to see our logo appearing, that is pink. And people connect there. They can ask us questions, and ask questions about the different retreats through the Instagram post.
Okay. Now I'm going to give the American version of that, which is C'est la vie. So it's at, and correct me if I'm wrong, CESTLAVIE wellness retreat is the Instagram
This
name.
is it. This is perfect.
That's for all the Americans who can't have a hard time understand, or all the people who have a hard time understanding a French accent.
Yes, c'est la vie.
We want them to be able to find you.
Of
So that's why I
course.
did that.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. So, okay. For a little bit of a switcheroo, let's just jump over to talk a little bit about the Bahamas experience, because I know you do retreats in the Bahamas too. So that's obviously a different environment. What is that? Beach and
Yes.
sun and surf. Like, let's talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, we do organize also retreats in the Bahamas, in Arbo Island, also a part of the Bel Air resort group, in villas in La Palmeraie, Bel Air. So the idea is a bit different. We're not in a resort, we are in a house.
Okay.
So we are between 8 to 10 people. So it's a smaller group of people. It's living together, learning together, and experiencing together. So we spend our, the full day together, of course. As you said, it's about an experience at the beach. So instead of hiking in the mountains, we're going to walk on the beach every day and benefits from, I would say, the therapeutic ocean environment.
Yeah, the therapeutic.
Yeah, it's we relax by the sea, we exercise close to the sea, we breathe the sea. So there's that breath work. It's about of course exercising. It's going to be more exercises like aqua gym, and this, but the pattern is similar, in terms of taking care of the guests. They have their own program. It's customized for them. The nutrition is customized for them. We organize lectures and workshop also. The only thing that we have as a add-on, there's a little visit of the island that is so beautiful, because it's a really exclusive island where the beach is pink, and the houses are with different colors. It's really a paradise, and I will say that his retreat, it's a good bargain in a way, because not only you have your retreat and you have your your objective like talks or whatever, but you also have the experience of an amazing luxurious villa and in a very exclusive environment.
Yes, it sounds so good, so yummy.
Yes.
It's here talking to everybody about their excursions. It's so wonderful how many amazing things are out there for us to enjoy our life, right? It's like we just have to choose it. We just have to choose how we're going to live our lives, and going to the Bahamas or going to Canada and nurturing yourself and being good to yourself and taking care of yourself. There's just so many wonderful things about that, right?
Yes, and it's what we say. It's about unleashing your curiosity, going further, discovering something else.
Yeah,
Not only
expansion.
exactly, and it's discovering, a new area, a new country, a new place. But it's also, during a retreat, discovering about yourself, about your body, your emotions, and it's yeah, I have to say to the people listening to us, just rediscover yourself.
Yeah. So for the Bahamas location, what kind of retreats do y'all have coming up that people can inquire about? Y'all have anything coming up soon?
Karen, we are talking yesterday about it. We are not yet sure about the date. So I can't give you a date now, but it's going to be first part of 2024, and the topic will be a detox retreat, because it's really an ideal place to detox.
Yeah,
Really.
and so in the first part of 2024, so that would, for like in our stance, that's like the winter, right? So what's the weather like in the beginning of, I guess,
It's
February,
not going to
March?
be the beginning. Maybe it's going to be at the end of this, like March or April. The weather is beautiful. It's like Florida in a way. We have sun every day. You can't say that it's not going to rain. We can't predict this. It can
It's
rain in the Caribbean.
tropical.
It's tropical, as you said. But usually, you have a beautiful sun. It's hot. It's beautiful, breezy, and yeah.
Oh, I love it. Well, is there anything else we need to say about the Bahamas before we just kind of wrap it up?
No, I think we're clear about the Bahamas, and if I'm right, Eric will talk about Bahamas later and talk about the villas and the project there. But if the people want to have an idea of where it is, it's Arbor Island. So famous island, with beaches are known, and it's one of the most beautiful islands in the Bahamas.
Which is that like a British or who owns it? I
It's
don't know.
Bahamian. It's the Bahamas.
Oh, okay. I gotta get my geography right. So I was thinking like maybe French or British, but it's the Bahamas.
People speak French also there. They speak English and French.
Okay, so maybe originally it was French owned or whatever, acquired.
I don't know. I have to admit, I don't know.
That's amazing though. They speak French there. That's got to have that history. It's got to have that background,
Yeah.
So who knows? We'll figure that out. I'll learn for the next time.
Yes, Eric will know.
Yes, Eric will know, I'm sure. All right. So it has been such a pleasure. Before I say goodbye to you, do you want to say any final words or messages or anything to our audience?
I think I just said it. I want to say to the audience, just experience a retreat, rediscover yourself, try to, benefit from everything that we can offer, and enjoy and relax and feel good. As we said, it's about feeling good. We need this.
Absolutely. We do need this. I need this. So yes, I'm sure everyone out there can relate to needing to recharge, relax, and get empowered. Like it never hurted anyone to get empowered, right?
Yes.
So thank you so much for your time. I loved speaking with you today. And
thank you, Lydia.
When you have something new, we'll have you back.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed the show today. And if you'd like to be a guest on the Global Travel Junkie podcast and YouTube channel, reach out to us at our Contact Us form at globaltraveljunkie.com. We hope to see you out traveling. Adios. Ciao. Au revoir.